What if the hospital saving your child's life was built on stolen futures? What if your poverty gave you the power to expose the truth, or become rich beyond your wildest dreams? Before diving into this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with more shocking true stories from across Africa. This is the story of Zainab, a hotel cleaner who discovered that what wealthy men carelessly threw away was worth more than gold, and that some prices are paid by children not yet born. Zainab woke up at 4:30 a.m. every single morning, not because she wanted to, but because poverty doesn't negotiate with exhaustion. In the corner of their one room, 7-year-old Bukola slept, her small chest rising and falling with that wheezing cough that never seemed to leave. The doctors at St. Michael's Hospital said Bukola needed an operation that cost 800,000 naira. Zainab earned 35,000 naira monthly cleaning hotel rooms. Do the math. 23 months of salary if she didn't eat, didn't pay rent, didn't breathe. Every morning, she tied her headscarf tight, kissed Bukola's burning forehead, and walked 45 minutes to Golden Terrace Hotel where wealthy people slept in beds that cost more than her annual salary. She cleaned their toilets. She washed their floors. She emptied their trash bins with a smile that never, ever reached her eyes. Her only friend Yoton would pat her shoulder. Sister, suffering is temporary. God sees everything. Zainab wanted to believe her. But God seemed to be looking in a different direction while Bukola's coughs got worse. Then came that Tuesday afternoon. Room 512. The guest had checked out in a rush, some politician with an entourage, leaving champagne bottles and expensive cologne smell behind. Zainab was cleaning the bathroom when something caught her eye. In the trash bin, wrapped carefully in tissue like it mattered, was a used condom. But that wasn't the strange part. No. Beside it was a business card with elegant printing. Dr. Folaren Adelik, St. Michael's fertility specialist, discreet services available. Her hands froze. St. Michael's Hospital. The same hospital treating Bukola. The same hospital that had been in the news recently for their miraculous fertility success rates, 95% success when other hospitals barely managed 30%. The same hospital where desperate couples paid millions for treatments that seemed to work like magic. Zainab stared at that used condom. Then at the business card. Her heart started pounding so hard it hurt. Why would a fertility doctor leave his card next to that? Why discreet services? And why did her desperate mind suddenly see opportunity where she should have seen danger? That evening, instead of going straight home to Bukola, Zainab did something crazy. She waited outside the hotel staff entrance, the business card burning in her pocket. When Dr. Folaren Adelik emerged at 7:15 p.m., yes, she'd researched him, seen his photos in hospital corridors, her mouth went dry. Excuse me, sir. You left something in your room. The man turned, his expensive cologne reaching her before his eyes did. He studied her uniform, then her face, calculating. What did I leave? Zainab handed him the business card, her voice barely steady. Just this, sir. But I was wondering. She swallowed hard, gathering every ounce of desperation-fueled courage. What you do with the other things wealthy men leave behind. The silence stretched between them like a wire about to snap. Then Dr. Folaren smiled. Not a kind smile. The smile of a man who just found exactly what he needed. Walk with me, he said quietly. In his car, parked in the shadows, he explained everything with terrifying calmness. St. Michael's Hospital ran a secret fertility program. Wealthy couples, desperate couples, paid between 5 to 15 million naira for advanced artificial insemination. But there was no advanced science. Just theft. The hospital needs fresh samples from healthy, wealthy donors, he said, watching her face. Without their knowledge. Without their consent. Hotel rooms where rich men stay with women who earn their wives. Perfect collection points. The condoms contain exactly what we need. The donors never know their genetics are being sold. Zainab's mind raced. You're stealing. We are providing a service, he interrupted. Those men throw it away. Couples get babies they desperately want. Collectors get paid. Everyone wins. How much? The question escaped before she could stop it. 50,000 naira per viable sample. Sometimes more for high-profile donors. 50,000. She could pay for Bukola's surgery in weeks, not years. Move out of that suffocating room. Finally breathe. My previous collector at Golden Terrace quit, Dr. Folaren continued. Said her conscience was troubling her. He laughed bitterly. Conscience is a luxury for people who can afford it. Zainab thought of Bukola's cough. The landlord's threats. The impossible mathematics of survival. I'll do it, she whispered. But I want 70,000 per sample. Dr. Folaren's smile widened. I like you already. Welcome to St. Michael's extended family. That night, Zainab returned home to find Bukola's fever had spiked again. As she held her burning daughter, she made a choice that would create children from lies and destroy families not yet formed. The mathematics of poverty had won. Within 2 weeks, Zainab had collected 6 samples. Within a month, she'd paid half of Bukola's surgery deposit. Within 2 months, they moved into an apartment with windows that actually opened and a bathroom that didn't leak. God is faithful. Yotand exclaimed, noticing Zainab's new clothes, Bukola's expensive medicine. Yes, Zainab lied, unable to meet her friend's eyes. God is faithful. The work was methodical. After wealthy guests checked out, she'd carefully retrieve the samples, document everything Dr. Folaren wanted, approximate age, physical appearance, signs of success, then store them in the special cooling bag he'd provided. During her lunch breaks, she'd deliver them to a van parked 2 streets away. Envelope of cash. No questions. No guilt. At least, that's what she told herself. Then Ton Bakir arrived. The new security supervisor at Golden Terrace Hotel was different. When he said good morning, he said it like he actually meant it. Unlike other men who looked through her or at her body with wrong intentions, Ton looked at her like she was worth seeing. Like she was human. The jollof rice in the canteen is terrible, he said one day, holding out a container. I brought extra from home. Would you like some? That's how it started. Lunch breaks together. Him sharing his dreams of opening a security training academy for unemployed youth. Her sharing stories about Bukola, carefully edited versions that left out the cooling bag hidden in her locker. Your daughter is blessed to have you, Tan would say, his gentle eyes making her heart crack. I'm just trying to survive, she'd reply, the weight of her secret growing heavier. 3 months in, Tan did something that shattered her completely. He took her to the hotel's rooftop garden after their shift, against rules, but he had access, and under the city lights, he said. I know this is fast, Zainab. But I've watched you. You're strong. You love your daughter. You work hard despite everything. I don't need more time to know you're the kind of woman I want to build a life with. He pulled out a simple ring. Will you marry me? Her heart screamed yes. Her mouth opened to confess everything. Then her phone buzzed. Dr. Folaren, urgent. Triple payment tonight. Presidential suite. Governor checked out. This is the big one. 200,000 naira. 200,000. All of Bukola's remaining medical bills. Freedom. She looked at Tom's hopeful face, love radiating from his eyes. Can I give you my answer tomorrow? She whispered. His smile was so gentle it nearly destroyed her. Take all the time you need. I'll wait. That night, she chose the money. The presidential suite was supposed to be empty. The governor had checked out at 6 p.m. By 10:47 p.m., Zainab was inside, carefully packing multiple samples into the cooling bag. 200,000 naira. After this, she could say yes to Ton with a clear conscience. Start fresh. Leave this darkness behind. She was sealing the bag when she heard footsteps. Her blood turned to ice. When she turned around, the cooling bag slipped from her trembling fingers. Standing in the doorway, security uniform perfect, face transformed from gentle to something unreadable, was stunned. "What are you doing here?" Her voice cracked. "Your shift ended hours ago. I could ask you the same question." His eyes moved to the cooling bag on the floor. "What's in the bag, Zainab?" Before she could lie, her phone rang. Dr. Folarin's name flashed on the screen. She declined. It rang again immediately. "Answer it," Ton said quietly. "Let me hear his voice." The words hit different. This wasn't confusion. This was knowing. Through tears, everything spilled out. Bukola dying. 800,000 naira. Dr. Folarin's offer. 15 samples collected. Children being born. Lies upon lies upon lies. She watched Ton's face transform from shock to grief to something else she couldn't read. "Do you understand what you've done?" His voice was barely controlled. "Those samples create children. Children who will never know their real fathers. Families built on deception." "I know," she sobbed. "But Bukola was dying, Ton. What would you have done?" "Not this. Never this." He turned to leave. Her heart shattered. But then he stopped. "Give me the bag." "What?" "Give me the bag, Zainab. I'm going to fix this. Tonight." That's when he pulled out his phone and said words that changed everything. "This is Agent Bakr. Medical Ethics Board Investigation Unit 7. I have the evidence. Prepare the raid for 6 a.m. The room tilted. "Agent. You're not security." The truth destroyed her worse than any arrest could. Ton, real name still Ton Bakr, was an undercover investigator. 6 months infiltrating Golden Terrace Hotel. Building trust with staff. Looking for the connection between luxury hotels and St. Michael's impossible fertility success rates. "I was supposed to find the collector," he said, voice cracking. "Build trust. Get evidence. You were on my list of suspects." So everything was a lie. The jollof rice. The proposal. US. The investigation was real. The job was real. Tears in his eyes now. But falling in love with you. That was real too. "I've been trying to find a way to save you from this. I thought I had more time." "Why save me? I'm a criminal. Because I saw your heart before I saw your crime. Because desperation isn't evil. Because..." His voice broke completely. "Because I love you, Zainab. Even now. Even knowing everything." He left with the evidence. By morning, St. Michael's Hospital was raided. Dr. Folarin arrested. 7 hotel workers caught. But Zainab's name never appeared in any report. Zainab woke to breaking news alerts. Fertility fraud, St. Michael's Hospital raided. Dr. Folarin's face on every channel. 7 hotel workers arrested. But not her name. Never her name. She rushed to find Ton waiting at her door, exhausted, still in yesterday's clothes. "You protected me," she whispered. "Why?" "Because I saw your heart before your crime. Because desperation isn't the same as evil. Because..." His voice cracked. "I love you, Zainab. Even knowing everything. I don't deserve..." A knock interrupted. Hard. Angry. Zainab opened the door to find a pregnant woman, elegant, trembling with rage that made the air electric. "Are you Zainab?" The cleaner from Golden Terrace Hotel. Yes, who are? I'm Mrs. Amina Kazim. I paid 12 million naira to St. Michael's for fertility treatment. The police told me the sample came from your hotel. From a politician who had no idea his genetics were being stolen. She touched her swollen stomach, tears streaming. This baby I'm carrying was created from your crime. The words hit like bullets. Zainab had known theoretically about consequences. But here stood a living, breathing consequence. Pregnant. Furious. Human. I wanted a child for 12 years, Mrs. Kazim's voice shook. 11 failed attempts. We sold everything. And when St. Michael's finally succeeded, I thought God had answered. Now I discover my child was conceived through theft. What do I tell this baby when they ask about their father? That he never consented. That their entire existence is built on lies. I'm sorry, Zainab whispered. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Mrs. Kazim's voice rose. The doctors are going to prison. But what about us? The mothers carrying these babies. We have to live with this forever. Then came the question that would haunt Zainab forever. When you were collecting those samples, did you ever think about people like me? Did you ever think we were human? The truth stabbed deep. No. I didn't think about you at all. I was only thinking about saving my daughter. Mrs. Kazim stared at her for a long moment. At least you're honest. She turned to leave, then stopped. The baby is innocent. I'm keeping her. But when she's old enough to ask questions, you will answer them. That's not optional. After she left, Zainab collapsed, finally understanding the true cost of survival mathematics. There are 15 more like her, Ton said quietly. 15 women. 22 children being born from this. The weight of 22 stolen futures crushed her completely. 6 months later, Zainab stood in a community center facing 15 women. Some pregnant. Some holding babies. All victims of St. Michael's fertility fraud. My name is Zainab. I was one of the collectors. I'm the reason some of your children exist. I'm not here to be forgiven. I'm here to help fix what I broke. She'd used the settlement money to create honest beginnings, counseling, DNA services, legal help for finding biological fathers who deserve to know the truth. Week after week, she sat in their rage. Absorbed their accusations. Helped them find answers. Mrs. Necker, you stole my children's medical history. Zainab, you're right. Let me help you find it. 8 biological fathers were contacted. 5 responded positively, providing medical histories, education funds, choosing involvement. The children would have answers. Mrs. Kazim attended every session. When baby Hafsat was born, she asked Zainab to hold her. Look at what your crime created, she said. She's real. She's innocent. She's mine. Both women cried. The wedding was small. Bukola as flower girl, healthy now, asking, can I call Mr. Tond daddy? Mrs. Kazim attended, not forgiving, but witnessing that broken people could choose repair. Zainab's vows, I promise to never hide from hard truths. To choose dignity over shortcuts. Tond's vows, I promise to see your heart and your harm. To offer grace without ignoring justice. 3 years later, Bukola asked difficult questions. Mama, why do you help the hospital ladies? Because I once made terrible choices that hurt people. Now I make different choices. Did you do something bad? Yes. Very bad. But I'm doing something different now. The support group grew to 30 women. Other hospital scandals exposed. Zainab trained hotel workers on ethics, spoke at universities about the real cost of shortcuts. The final truth she learned, the opposite of poverty isn't wealth. The opposite of poverty is dignity. And dignity cannot be stolen from hotel rooms or sold to hospitals. It can only be reclaimed through truth, responsibility, and the slow, painful work of making things right. Not everyone forgave her. Not everyone should. But everyone knew she stopped running. Sometimes, presence in your consequence is the only redemption available. Your shortcut today might be someone else's lifetime of questions tomorrow. Choose wisely.